What up, it's Vaughn P.
Don Will, Six Sense.
We are Tanya Morgan and Six Sense. We got an album called Rubber Souls, check it out. But right now, you're checking out nodfactor.com. Indeed, indeed.
You know what I'm using? I'm using my, forget Magnums, we got Tanya Morgan condoms. That's crazy, right?
A year later you got jumped, and I ain't even jumping, son, I was a punk. We too old for that now, but I wouldn't back down. No one for me shit, you pop the trunk.
My big breasts and we holding back. It's taking too long to make up a few songs. They saying the crew's gone and fans have moved on. The name is cooled on.
I just gotta stop for a second, I'll play it in a second. This was like, for me at least, I knew this was gonna be a song that we weren't gonna do a hook on. And when I did it, and this was towards the end of the album too, I said something between Slum Village's Climax and Raekwon's Incarcerated Scarface. Okay. Somewhere in between there.
It got that, yo, that's a good one. It has that swing to it too.
Yeah, yeah. And honestly, on some nerd shit, I was like, people are gonna think the drums are the same,
that. Yeah.
but they're not. They're totally not. I even say, I'm the guy rapping at the end. I say,
yeah,
it's
1 through 5.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna tell you my top 5 just to keep it at bay. Number 1 is Dilla, 2 is Pete Rock, and 3 through 5 is how I'm feeling that day.
Up to them, and
you said Dilla, Pete Rock, 3 through 5.
It's how I feel that day.
But
because it could be anybody. It could be Organized Noise. It could be.
Ooh,
it could be Buck Wild. It could be whoever. You know what I mean? But those are my 2 favorites.
You did your thing on that. I heard it. I heard that line.
Thank you.
How hard was it for you not to do a beat?
Not even the beats, because I'm just used to producing the album. That part was like, I'm not producing it, but we did go in. My favorite part is the sequencing. So we did do the sequencing together, but
we mastered it right down the hall.
Yeah.
In the mastering studio, and it was just me.
That in that joint. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just me and him. And I even told him, like, because I was like, I had like most of the order, like in the interludes and all that shit, and he was like almost like coaching me through it a little bit, because I feel like him, with all the stuff that they've done, so conceptual, so laid out perfectly, that when it was done, I told you, I was like, the fact that you said it was is A-okay, I'm like, nice.
That's my favorite. My favorite part is sequencing. So even though I didn't like produce it,
that's the hardest part.
It's the hardest part and my favorite. Like some albums I like, I change the sequence myself. Like people's like, I take double albums. Like I've taken Blueprint 2
and switched it around. I switched
sequence around, and like if certain songs don't blend in, I'll like pull the wave up and blend it, because I'm just a nerd like that.
Maybe like a guest feature verse isn't like the most amazing, and you maybe chop that off. Yeah.
Like even this is just an example. On Drake's first album.
Which one?
The first album.
Thank Me Later.
Thank Me Later. Track 2, he was like, a minute till it's over. And then the song Over came on. I was like, I don't know if that was on purpose, but it needs to stop right there and go directly into Over. Just stuff like that. I love doing sequencing. So other than that, he did everything. And it took getting used to. Like, I was never mad that I wasn't the producer, but I just was used to being hands-on, and I just had to say, this time I'm just the MC, this is not my shit.
Did that let you focus on that more?
I over-focus on that anyway, so I can't even say it made me focus on it more. It just made my job easier. I'll say that much. For me, this album, I wasn't like, I'm gonna write the fiercest 16 I could write it and just body the beat. I was like, I'm gonna go with the beat. If it's easy
like
going,
let it feel.
Yeah.
Because I think that's one of the things now that everybody's like, I'm about to kill it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't have to kill it. You gotta just go with the music.
Yeah. I feel like once people know you can rap, then just don't try to body a song that's supposed to be like for the girls, or you know what I mean, like. Yeah. Get on the girl song with your cannabis voice or something. She's like, no, you don't do that.
Honestly, we started this album 2 years ago, as of like 3 days ago. It was 2 years ago, and we had set up to go record for a day over there.
3 songs.
3 songs, right? We had planned to do. I called up. They're in the other room. A lot of my friends that play live instruments and stuff, and we had this idea to just, you know, to start on something. And because of Rubber Tracks, we were going for a more soulful vibe. And I'm a huge Beatles fan. They have an album, Rubber Soul, which was actually their 6th album and was their first album where they started really experimenting, and we just decided to go with it. At one point we thought about making it a group name, but our lawyer said that wasn't possible. So that's where Rubber Souls came from, just from doing a soulful departure album for them and starting it at Rubber Tracks with Converse, also playing on, you know, like the sole of your sneakers, etc., etc.
We definitely don't record in big studios like this. We don't record together. I normally produce it. Like, if I don't do every beat, I normally produce the albums.
So normally the process is you make the beat, you'll
me
rhyme.
and Rick Beats, yeah. Like,
You'll
we're
rhyme.
2 in-house producers.
You'll rhyme on it first, and then Don gets it.
If I rhyme on it, that's because I'm waiting for him to shoot it down. You know? So like, I'll send him a beat that I know he's gonna pick. But if it's something that I just feel like he's not gonna like, and I have the idea for it, like for our last project was the joint called You and What Army. We had a song called Whatever That's Mine, and I love that beat. And I'm like, man, if this fool don't pick this beat, we breaking up. Haterade sipping inconsistent. Don't nobody owe you shit. So I was like, I'm gonna send him the chorus, I'm gonna send him a couple of bars, and I was like, this is it. So we normally do it like that. Or the other usual in-house Brick Beats, he'll send a couple of tracks. He'll just send us a beat tape actually, and we'll use that whole beat tape for the album in addition to stuff I just come up with as we go.
We were very picky over like what tracks were going to be like turned into songs.
What Tanya Morgan has been doing for a while, that's right now, that's like pro era's corner, like the boom bap kind of bedroom kind of sound and stuff, and we're gonna continue to do that. But we wanted to do something that didn't sound like anything else. We weren't gonna make some trap shit because that's not what we do. You know, please, our fans like y'all would have been like, fuck
Rich
is this?
Homie Quan is waiting.
Yeah, you know.
we did do one song that no one will. Yeah,
it didn't come out right.
It didn't come out right.
We were gonna.
We tried to like, it's like a trap song.
I'm gonna say what it was.
Incorporated some like EPMD shit, right?
Nah, I'm gonna say what it was. We were gonna remake "You Had Too Much to Drink" by EPMD.
Yeah.
Because that song is known as their worst song.
I gotta hear it.
The fact that that's known as their worst record, we were like, let's try to remake their worst record and do it in the way, like, when they did it, it was supposed to be like this, like, you know, back in the day, it used to be the bad song on the album, like the dance record or the rock.
They had to do it.
So we was like, let's have the bad song on this album, but make it good. So our version of the bad song was gonna be like a trapped out joint coming from us, which would have been bad for us.
It was dope.
And it didn't.
It was cool, but we were like,
yeah, it didn't work.
No way, this is gonna fit. Yeah, they were like, yo, Six, we really want to go into that Soulquarian, like Water for Chocolate, Aquemini realm, and I'm like,
there was a void.
I'm just like, oh, perfect.
Because people want that.
I'm like, I like, it's in my veins. Like, I just love that shit to death. And at that time, we were like, oh, this is good. This is so different from whatever. And within those 2 years, hip hop has like moved towards it in a way. So it's not as left field as when we started.
Yeah. But now it's like definitely like, I've known Six for a while, but like in a friend capacity, you know what I'm saying? I knew he was like a special in terms of production. So when it was time to like go to like a bigger studio, you know, I felt like we shouldn't just go in there and 2-track beats or like get submitted beats. I'm like, we should just go in there and like make some shit, you know what I'm saying? And I knew he could like conduct the band, you know what I'm saying? That was the biggest selling point for me, was just like, who do I trust? Like, who do I trust to like let Von not be in control of the music? You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say be in control of the music, like when we do albums, like we'll do the shit and I'll like give it to Von, and like he'll just give me the album. Here you go. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm kind of minimizing like the process, but in a lot of ways he's like our musical director. You know what I'm saying? Like even down to stage shows. So, like in terms of creating a project from scratch, I'm just like, I was like, Von, what do you think? I want to give it to 6. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just see what he interprets our sound to be.
They put it on me, and you know, I was completely fine with it. And this is my first time going front to back, you know, to the record shelves, so to speak. I couldn't be happier. There were plenty of like skeleton beats that I cooked up, and we'd really like, even like we'd come to a recording session, I'd have a couple ideas, and we would sit there, and you know, sometimes you don't want to let your ideas get in the way of like spontaneity, but we did that because we wanted to make sure that everything was cohesive and everything fit.
Just to add to that, I mean, any song you've ever heard from us has been re-recorded like 6 times, no pun intended. Like any music we've ever done, like even when Ilias was still in the group, he would redo his shit, new verses, new takes.
Oh yeah, I have 3 versions.
Like we all do that anyway. Yeah. So like if they wanted to redo the album today, I'd be alright, because I want to change shit. You know,
when I was doing the stem sessions, like to get stems for when we do live shit or whatever, I saw a couple of sessions that had like Don or Von new verse.
New verse.
You know what I mean? I would come in. There was sessions I would come in like, yo, Eric, I got to change my verse. Yeah. Like it was a song called "World Made," and like the verse was kind of long. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I didn't have like my inflections down, I guess. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't sound believable to me. I was listening to it like I feel the words, but I'm just saying shit. So I came in like, yo, I gotta just redo that verse. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was just literally just cutting the verse over again, but just to make sure that if you're listening to it, you know what I'm saying? You didn't even gotta speak English to understand I'm saying some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want it to be like that, like not some just, yo, these words rhyme. You know what I'm saying? It's just about being expansive. You know what I'm saying? It's like the album title for me and just this project in general is about, you know, like stretching out. You know what I'm saying? And really expanding our sound and our palette. Like, I think that our fan base is accustomed to one sort of thing, you know what I'm saying? And like, I think yeah. Okay. I think that even like in my forays into like the Love Junkie remix where I go like kind of indie pop, like they tolerate it, but they don't like, they're like not there for that shit, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, I think that this is the type of project that like spans my palette, spans Von's palette, spans Six's palette, and makes sure that like it includes all of those different sensibilities.
Like thematically, what these guys did lyric-wise is some of the best stuff that they've ever done. And just as an album, it's literally like an exploration of an artist's entire soul. From when, and I always, for me the album is like when you take a rubber band and you hold it like this and you create that tension and you let it go.
Classic don't mean shit, cause y'all apply the word, the work's too recent. And I apply the work employed by 6 cents. I provide the vibe, the native tongue's green lit. And even if my body's locked, can't trap.